Boy said that before the father accepted to work for Tinubu, they have agreed on the ministry he will mount. That El-Rufai is very interested in the electricity of this nation. So therefore, there is no way you can tackle issue of electricity without tackling the issue of gas. So
what?
Gas.
Gas, okay.
Yes. So they arranged that after election, he will man the two ministries. That they were going to take out the Ministry of Gas and put it under the Ministry of Power so that it can stabilize the electricity. Then after they have agreed on that, Rebodu, being a smart man who also went to be president in 2031, also had a meeting with the president that if El-Rufai stabilize electricity, it will make the citizen to vote for him in 2031 to become the president. So they start playing politics. So the politics, you go and tell them what you know about me, I'll go and tell them what I know about you. That is how El-Rufai was suspended during the screening of his senatorial nominee. So after that, he felt very bad and decided to become an opposition. You know, El-Rufai have so many information, deep information in APC, that even common APC governors do not even have, because he's at the center of the game. He knows everything that happened, that transpired before the 2023 election, even after the 2023 election. So he said he felt bad, he felt betrayed, he felt bittered, and with that, he had no option. Who is doing me this? Who is fighting me at this stage? Who is against me? Who is against my ambition? Who is against my ministerial nominee? Who is against my ambition in 2031? And they find out that it's Rebodu. So how can I fight back? That is why.
You have to have his family.
Yes.
He's a very experienced person.
Yes. So he went to, since I am not in the government to get information to fight back, let me get this information through this man.
Now, I don't know, I am a little bit stuck in confusion. If he was gathering evidence, because of gathering evidence to bring wrong action to public scrutiny and to, to make the law take its course, and that's why he had to, bog into Madam Rebodu's.
Yes.
Can the court, I mean, you're not a lawyer to answer that.
Yeah,
I don't think the law can exempt him on that ground. If he was going for a noble gesture, can't the country see beyond politics and see that he was trying to be noble in the first place?
The issue there is that El-Rufai is trying also to preserve himself, because everybody is afraid. Even in the game, I've been a politician, I've worked with conservative government. I understand that everybody wants to be at the safer side. Why El-Rufai decided to do that on his own and not there, maybe he's trying to protect himself. When the conversation of arrest him, eliminate him is being discussed, they can get first-hand.
How worried are you? The monies we keep on seeing, looks like it happened after a politician has gotten away from the good faith of the EFCC. Now we're seeing over 432 billion naira probe. This is just from, I'm imagining that if El-Rufai had not had any issues,
they couldn't have, no, it couldn't have been
that
broke.
wouldn't have come from anywhere.
Nobody will talk about it.
How worried are you about Nigeria? Things like this.
The system, I must confess to you, the system of our governance, especially the area of corruption, is very bad, especially in this current administration. Let's take our former governor of Delta State, for instance, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ukowa. He's from my side. I'm from a Car Northeast. I am not against him, but I'm against corrupt leaders. When the issue of 1.3 trillion came on board, he was detained, as they did to El-Rufai now. They began to have issues and negotiation was going on. What is the next stage for you to hash from this problem? That is to defer to APC. We were surprised. They announced that all the structures of Delta State is going to APC. But since we have gone to APC, have you heard anything about the case again?
Well, they simply invited him. That's what happened.
Yes, they invited him along the line. He was detained.
But they invited him. But let's talk about this.
No, why I have to start with this is because if El-Rufai pass through that stage and become minister of this nation, nobody will talk about the...
Yesterday on this ride,
Yes.
we had a conversation about 3 trillion naira that what they call it, Sevicom found out, was missing. Was not they could not put it together from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Yeah.
They could not account for how they spent 3 trillion naira. That was just yesterday. About 639 or thereabout 689 billion naira was spent in the Uncle's Borrower Scheme for farmers. That one waged back from 2015. And the other
During the
1.4
former administration.
Yes, 1.4 trillion naira into other areas. There were contracts that they could not, put together.
Fortified and award and pay,
So
yeah.
They could not come to terms to these things. And I started for the most of yesterday seeing 3 trillion naira. Now we have that case. I looked at the EFCC having tea over that matter. I'm sure they're watching it on screen like the rest of us are watching it on screen. Oh, this is interesting. Like the rest of us.
Yes.
And they are chasing after El-Rufai now.
Why?
I'm concerned about the mechanism of power in Nigeria. What is it designed for?
You see, EFCC, like somebody said in one of the interview that EFCC is a witch hunt dog. When you are not with us that is in power, you are against us, we will use EFCC against you. And Oshemile wrongly used that word, that when you come to APC, your sin will do what? Will be forgiven. Why they are against El-Rufai is because El-Rufai have much information against this government, not just Rebodu. Because through Rebodu, a lot of issues have been discussed. Even this issue of Italian salt that was imported from Poland, that El-Rufai raised question. He wrote a letter to them. Why did you bring this contraband substance, chemical that you can use to eliminate, you can use to condemn someone's organ? Who is the end use? Which company supply it to Nigeria? Who will approve it? These are the things we are facing. Nobody knows what they are using it for. Maybe he's thinking, okay, since I'm against these people, this is what they are planning is maybe for against me. Let me bring everything to public so that I can face the consequences of my action. But I'm telling you that this case is not going anywhere. Why I use that is not going anywhere because even when he was about to be arrested, about 50-something years, he went to his house and he was telling them that even your president cannot arrest him. Why is saying it? Because he have information. These people know what is going on in the government. Yes, they have something. They have documents what is happening in the government and how this government have been cheating the citizen. They have all the information.
He resisted arrest.
He also raised a motion of money that have been withdrawn from the central bank without even accounting. Okay, I use this for this. I use this for that.
Maybe that's yes, they have been more over the 3 trillion naira.
This is a lot of shit. I can tell you categorically that APC, even this current administration, is the most toughest administration we have ever experienced since democracy.
All right.
Because right now, you cannot even afford your livelihood. And Amechi raised the issue. Let me bring it on board. Amechi raised the issue that APC suspended the tax reform because of election. That immediately after election, they will implement it. So if you have 1 million naira transaction, 250,000 go to the government, you have 750,000. So what are the remedies that you have to put in place to even caution these issues? So we, the citizen, we are handicapped.
Yeah.
People who went to speak up for the citizen as an opposition, they are using all mechanisms to do what? To silence them. The EFCC is one of the mechanisms to silence people. Because when they know that you have that capacity to speak, people will listen to you, they will silence you. If not because we have a clean record, they could have been in jail. They could have framed him up and sent him to jail.
We will never know. Now, yesterday also, we looked at how the U.S. now is collaborating with Nigeria in this fight against terrorism. Yes. On the Daily Sun newspaper, it comes this way, and I saw it on other papers too. U.S. freezes assets of 8 Nigerians over alleged Boko Haram ISIL links, ISIL links. So it also bothers me because basically this is the U.S. taking this action. We have not heard
From Nigeria
since all these years where we have been attacked by terrorists that they are financiers, maybe named, maybe having their accounts frozen, because we talked about you don't have to go to warfare with criminals where you can stop their bosses from giving them guns.
Yeah.
So why would we have the US taking this action? Could it be because we're now together? Yesterday we were talking about how 200 American soldiers have come into the country. They're not going to be part of the combatants. They're not going to combat. They're just going to give, ideas, suggestion, training, and all that. They fight against terrorism in the country. Could this be a start of something?
I think we are getting weaker every day. I must confess.
Is this weaker? It's Nigeria.
No, I said Nigeria government is getting weaker. We don't have any strength to fight for ourselves. And Trump being a very good president that have made himself the president of the world. Because if you look at what he did in Venezuela, you know that he's the president of the world. So they have decided to show support for Nigeria, which is a welcome development. If your government refused, like what he said in his tweet, that if your government did not stop the Christian genocide, that the government of the United States have no option than to intervene. So I think this is one of the ways to reduce the arms supply of this. Yes, because if a terrorist can have, I saw in one of the document that they arrested Adamu in Dubai when he was about, and some of his gang when they were about transferring $780-something thousand to terrorists. So if a terrorist has almost $1 million, how much is ammunition that they cannot purchase? So the government of the United States, led by President Trump, I think they are doing well to Nigeria. Since that tweet, the date, the issue of insecurity have reduced, though it have not been eliminated totally, but we can still say that we have a little bit breathing space. I was telling somebody yesterday, I said, the fear of Donald Trump is the beginning of wisdom. So now that Donald Trump have frozen the account and they have been put on that banned list for their link to Boko Haram and other Iranian terrorism group, I think it's a very welcome development.
Okay. On the photo speak, that particular paper we looked at, because we're looking at, I think, was that the Sun? No, not the Sun newspaper. We're looking at
the Sun.
Yes, the Sun newspaper. Yes, exactly. The Sun newspaper. The photo speak was what my colleague here, Onometano, highlighted. The women protesting as regards lawmakers and their position there. It will interest us to know that I don't know if the women are being treated fairly, or if the women are fighting enough for themselves. Yes, it looks like it's worth it, because if we go back to the Senate upper chamber, we have a total seat of 109 with just 4 women as senators. That's about 2.7% of women practicing there. At the House of Representatives lower chamber, we have a total seat of 360, and thereabouts we have about 16 to 17 women there. That's about 4.7% or 4.4%. What can change this trajectory? Because let's say what a man can do, a woman can do better. And we saw German Chancellor one time. She was a woman, and she did pretty well. In Liberia, we saw a woman doing pretty well.
No, women are.
Even Nigeria was rescued by a woman recently. That was the first lady of Nigeria. When she went to pray, and then her prayers, the prayers of her husband was answered, because Donald Trump pointed at her and said, "That's a good woman. You made good comments," and that killed a lot of the tension. I'm sure the federal government will have it about the U.S. And so far it has been peaceful now. The negotiations are peaceful. So we need more women, don't you think so?
Yes, to be honest with you, I think there is a need for a constitutional review to scale up numbers of women intentionally.
Yes.
Because protests may not be effective. Why I say protests may not be effective? Because it's constitutional matters. This is not just an issue of protest, talk on press, and all that. It's a constitutional matter.
But how can I get the attention of?
Yes, I think it's a very good step, but the women should work with those in the House of Representatives and those in the Senate. That please let them be a bill, present a bill in the Senate, that we need to increase the numbers of women in the Senate, in the House of Assembly, in the House of Representatives, even to contest the office of the governor. Let them be a bill that will raise the number. Through that medium, the women can call for conference, invite the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chief of Staff, and let them know that there is a need for us to have this, so that we can have gender equality. Because these are the challenges we are facing. Women have so much to contribute. I must be honest with you. There are some certain decisions that I want to take in my private business. I will consult my wife. I am not consulting her because I'm a weak man. I'm consulting her because I need an inspiration for her. I need her own contribution. Most of these men you see in power, 80% of their decisions are influenced by their wife.
True.
I am not trying to be biased. I'm trying to tell you the factual truth.
Even Abraham, his wife influenced decision to go after.
To go after. So women have that convincing. A man I was listening to a man of God. He said he have a member from his church. The man have a very nice, fantastic business proposal when Obasanjo was a president, and he needed to see Obasanjo because he knew that if he passed through any medium to go and see Obasanjo, they will use his own idea to work their way out. So he said he had been praying, he had been seeking, calling people. I went to see Mr. President, no way. He said he came back home, he said he will not eat. The wife called him. Why? You need to eat, honey. What is going on? He said, I've not seen I went to see Obasanjo. He said, okay. The wife said, okay, don't worry. In next 2 weeks, you will see Mr. President. He said, after 1 week plus, the wife called him, please come here fast. President is here. He said, when he get there, the woman was standing in front of the president. How the woman maneuvered it, he did not know. So that is the power of women. I think now that the men are getting weaker to take decisions, because there are a lot of decisions we will take as a man, but we are too weak because of the cabals that are around. They'll say, don't do it. Like this issue of frozen accounts of those that are linked to Boko Haram. These things are supposed to be done in many years, even during the time of Jonathan, to time of Buhari. All these people Nigerian government are aware that these people are linked to the terrorists. But let us allow women to come in. They didn't do anything. Yeah. So we should allow the women to come in. Because sometimes if women want to destroy you, one man of God was saying, he said, if women want to destroy you, give him 2 weeks, he will destroy you. So if women want to fight for us, now that they are ready, I saw on social media one of the protesters that came from abroad. It was telling Akpabio, I just came in the country now. We are coming. You see the confidence that somebody who paid a flight from overseas to Nigeria to protest against the marginalization of women to occupy office. I think it's a very good welcome development.
Okay.
Nigeria is
we'll
getting
take this story almost the last story St. Francis has.
Yeah, there's one more.